You are listening to the It's Your Time podcast, and I'm your host, Certified Life Coach Michelle Arnold Bourque. In today's episode, I'm discussing fueling your future, energizing and prioritizing for a powerful 2025.
Welcome to the It's Your Time podcast, the podcast where busy professionals like you get the practical solutions and support you need to gain control of your schedule so you can strive to be the best in your career, but without the stress and overwhelm. If you're looking to increase your energy and decrease your stress, you are in the right place.
Hello. Welcome back to the podcast, friends. Okay, here we are in the last week of September, which means we have one more quarter to close out 2024. And today I want to talk to you about the last 3 months and take a look at maybe what you wanted to accomplish when you started this year. Reflect where you are at, have you get curious about what has been working, maybe letting go of some of the things that have not been super useful, and then also getting clear on how you want to end the year so you're stepping into 2025 in a powerful way. Really taking this time to kind of reawaken that spark in you, the goals that you started with 2024, and then prioritizing what you most want to accomplish. Because here's the thing, maybe you started 2024 thinking one thing, and it wasn't exactly as you anticipated. You still get to redecide. You still get to end this year in a way that works for you so that you can step into next year feeling super empowered. And I think, especially as we approach the next couple of months, your energy, your time, maybe your sanity, right, might all be pulled in a number of directions. We have holidays, maybe some family gatherings, and we all know how families can be. Father Brian used to say, they put the fun in dysfunctional. That lands maybe even more so on certain days than others, but I think we also need to be intentional with how we want to show up, what we want to accomplish. And let's not just say that we're going to wait until January and start the new year to start all of the new goals, right? This is the day one mindset. Today is day one, not one day, not in January. And keep in mind, this is also not coming from an or type of mindset. So it's not like either or, it's and you can work to accomplish your goals and still take care of your loved ones. So often I think that women especially, right, thinking taking care of ourselves is selfish. It's not. It's what you need to do in order to be able to give more to others. And knowing this, stepping into this, is where you will feel your most empowered. You guys know how much, for example, like I love movement, right? I always think that movement is medicine. I am always talking some crazy Peloton stories, and I think it offers such an amazing opportunity for me to move my body and to move my energy. And I know how much better I feel after I do that. And I always find it so fascinating to me when I hear people say that they want to start a new workout routine, but they can't. Maybe it's because of kids, or maybe it's because of work. But I also question, like, what if doing the workout with the kids, right? Even just giving yourself 10 minutes, doing a walk with them. Heck, I don't know, maybe using the kids as weights, right? Start squatting them. What if that was an opportunity, not only for you to feel good in your body, but also to be an example to them as far as like what it means to take care of yourself? And I even think about like work. I used to work with this guy years ago. And one day I specifically remember I came into work, we were talking, and he was like, "You didn't get your run in today, did you?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" So it's not just about taking the time for yourself, truly. Like, what is it that makes you feel good to be able to move through your day? And let's work on doing more of that. Because I think women especially, right, we get sucked into this idea that society tells us of what it means to be a good mom or what it means to be a successful career person. And I want you to question that. What does it mean for you? What does success look like for you? What do you want it to look like? And here is the process that I want to share with you today, because I think we need more women doing more of that. Now, I talked about reflection, right? Taking the time to reflect back on maybe what has been working for you, but really starting to get clear on what it is that you want. What are your priorities? Write down just the top five. Maybe it's family, work, the dog. I think the dog is family, health, right? Whatever it is for you. And now I want you to write down how you spent your last 24 to 48 hours. And of course, if you're listening to this like on a walk or you're driving, like just give yourself the time at a later moment to simply sit down, get a little piece of paper, scribble some of this down. Of course, you can think about it now, but I think it's always so much more powerful when you see it on paper, when you can actually look at what is going on. So you have taken time to write down the 5 priorities in your life. Now you take a moment and look at how you spent your last 24 to 48 hours and where did you focus your time? I want you to compare the 2 lists. How do they compare? Where you're spending your time, is that in alignment with what you say your priorities are? And then just get curious, right? How do they line up? How are you spending your time? How does it look with your priorities? And if you're not spending time where your priorities are, why not? Not from this judgment kind of mindset, but just curiosity, right? Like what needs to change? Now, I want you to take it to the next level because I think it's not only your time, of course, yes, it is your time if you're listening to the It's Your Time podcast, but I think it's also your energy that you need to control because listen, we do not have people feeling stressed and burned out because they're doing too many things of the things that they love, right? Burnout and stress and overwhelm usually comes from doing too many things that drain us. So take a moment and now write down what lights you up? Like where and when do you feel most energized in life? Get that list together. And then I want you to think about what drains you. Like where and when do you feel most drained in life? And let's get this list together. And then just kind of close it out with looking at some of the things that maybe you just feel neutral, right? It's just neutral energy. It's not anything that's too much, doesn't totally light you up, doesn't totally drain you. It's just what it is. Okay. Think about where it is that you can maybe focus more of your energy and the things that light you up. Maybe take a look at those items that you have that are just neutral. And are there places where maybe you can become more efficient, right? So that it allows you the opportunity to do more of the things that light you up. And what I want you to do now is take a look at the 2-step process. So look at the comparison of your energy audit to your time audit and the priorities that you have in your life. So what lights you up, the items that you have down for what energizes you, are those in alignment with your priorities? Because we already know that we have the first half of the process that we've gotten curious with, right? How you spend your time and what you say your priorities are. And now I just want you to solidify it with the feelings that you get from this, right? The priorities and the energy output line. What does that look like? And again, bring back that gem of curiosity. If your energy expenditure is not in alignment with where your priorities are, why don't they line up? And do you want to keep doing those things? Because really, the first step to initiate change is that you need to be aware of what is going on. And so often we are just running around and running around and running around and just doing, and not getting the results that we want. And I was just talking to someone about this. We can look so busy and not actually be producing a freaking thing, right? And it's no wonder that so many people feel stuck and overwhelmed. You need to give yourself that moment of grace to just like take a breath, look around. You get to decide again. You get to decide if you still want the job. You get to decide if you still want the relationship. You get to decide if you want to start the health program. You get to decide if you want to change your goals that you started with in 2024. You get to re-decide all of it, but you have to know what it is you want in order to start making those changes. You need to know what you are currently thinking, feeling, and doing that brings you the results that you currently have. And if you want to change that, if you want to close out this year with new results, maybe a new goal, you need to start thinking, feeling, and doing different things. And that, my friends, is sometimes where the rub is, right? You get to those edges of discomfort because it's all well and dandy to say, okay, I see where I'm spending my time. I see where my energy is drained. Oh, they aren't in alignment. And I take my little journal pad, and that feels very good. But now you have to get to work, right? Now, you might have to start saying no to people. You might have to start setting boundaries. You might have to put yourself as an appointment on your calendar. And that, my friends, can be super uncomfortable because that is stepping into changes that might not be in alignment with your previous beliefs that you've held for many, many years. So maybe beliefs like, what does a good wife look like? They do XYZ. What does a good mom look like? She does ABC. What does a successful career person do? She does whatever it is, right? It's questioning maybe what you have held as, consider this, a limiting belief in your life. And listen, our brains do not like to be wrong. So if we believe something for many, many years, we often want to hold on to that. And so often we like to fight for our limiting beliefs. Like I remember this, especially around time when I first got coached on it. I was like, no, no, no. I'm trying to tell my coach, you don't understand my job. And she's like, no, 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 you don't understand how this works. And it is truly life changing when you can allow yourself to maybe be wrong about what you have believed. It's this cognitive dissonance, though, in time that when you're shifting your thoughts to start believing new things, that's where we are uncomfortable. And that's where oftentimes people want to go back to what they know, right? Our brain wants to be efficient, wants to avoid pain and seek pleasure. So it's super easy to go back to the beliefs that we've thought. And listen, the folks around you will for sure help you continue believing what it is you believed, especially, right? If it's uncomfortable for them to see you change. But it's okay. It's okay to start believing new things. And when you're able to do that, you will see the changes that you most want. It is so much fun. Well, there's some of that magic in the messiness of the middle, right? But it ultimately is what you want. So follow that desire, follow that whisper that you keep hearing. And listen, this is the work that we are going to be doing in the It's Your Time Empowerment Hub. I am releasing the information for founding members on the 29th of this month. So if you're on my email list, amazing, great. Thank you. You will get all of the information then. If you're not, you can head over to michelleburkecoaching.com/wait and you get on the list there. And then you will also get all of the information. It's going to be a place where you can learn new tools and concepts to help you feel more in control of your time and also work on these things that do bring discomfort, right? Work on the changes, work on setting boundaries, work on saying no, work on prioritizing. It's going to have so many resources that you can work on in your own time frame. I am going to be adding as we progress through time. And again, it's founding members, right? It's going to have opportunities for coaching and network, and you'll get the benefits early because you will be in it as I am growing it. And it is going to be amazing. So go back. Give yourself, even if it's just 15 minutes to do this process. Get clear on how you want to end the year. Step into your power. Get on the email list. Again, michelleburkecoaching.com/wait. And then let's meet back here next week. But for now, make it a great day. Take care.
Did you know you can take this work to a deeper level with me one-on-one? Go to michelleburkecoaching.com and click on Get Started to begin.